Greetings, geeks. Welcome to episode 803 of Geeks in Space. And pretending to be happy, I got Chris DeBona.
Hi.
Rob Roseboom.
I'm Rob Rose. Boom.
Boom. Boom. And did I say
like
my
the
name?
Off-brand Rob Roseboom that you got from the used food store.
That's right.
Yeah, that's the generic version.
Yeah, the dollar store diet version of Robert Roseboom.
That's right.
If you want working arms and legs, it costs more.
Ain't nobody got that kind of money.
Well, what level are you? Silver or bronze arms? You know, what level arms do you want?
I think I got bronze arms, right? I picked up the computer. I carried it in here. Don't ask me to sign my name.
I got feet of clay.
That's fine.
Is that biblical? I thought we were doing
well, I guess it is. Thing. It is a biblical story, but yeah, it's I think more alliterative than we were going for.
Oh, all right.
We were going for insurance jokes.
Oh,
you know,
and I made it religious.
Said you had feet of Geico, feet of
all right,
feet of VA.
Yeah.
You know,
here in the state,
a really bad case of Aetna thumb right now.
Yeah.
Get over.
Yeah. Here in the state of farm,
I got a real problem with my signet. Yeah. My signal's flaring up. You know.
That's right. All right. I got one on this list, which
we didn't talk about this nonsense.
We didn't talk last time about the AI generated mushroom foraging books, which
Jesus.
That's a particular kind of evil, right? They're I mean, if you screw up mushrooms, you could die.
That could absolutely kill somebody.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm a bit of a forager. I like particularly early spring to go find morels.
Yep.
It's great here in Michigan.
Morels.
They're delicious.
I do enjoy
Morel.
I enjoy that in our other Discord, you and two of our friends seem to fairly regularly share pictures of your morel finds, your mushroom finds from the woods. It's like that's one of those weird side things that shows up there.
Yeah, I mean, they're delicious, right? They're like $50 a pound, and you can just go and pick them.
Yep, if you know where to look.
Yep.
And the book doesn't tell you that they're safe when they're not.
Yeah, this is a weird one. I mean, I'm in a couple of different mushroom gatherer groups, and there are people posting
on
pictures
Facebook?
Yeah. There's
of course.
There's people posting pictures of mushrooms all the time, asking if they can eat them, and it's ridiculous. You can, I mean, you literally can die.
Yeah,
for sure. If you don't know what you're doing, and you can get more likely though, you're just going to get very, very sick.
Yeah. What's interesting is that like this is a harbinger kind of subject, right? This is one of those subjects where somebody who doesn't really think about it can do this because it's niche. But obviously this is going to happen with every subject on Earth. Things are going to be cool. That's all I'm saying. Let's see. We've got the Xitcoins. We've got old Elon has decided to register.
He's getting a transfer license.
Yeah. So apparently, what now Xitter is going to be able to be.
I can trade
coin Xitter
too.
Yeah, I can use them as my wallet, maybe.
That's so lame. It's just so lame. And he was saying that he wants to store biometric data on its users. And I'm like,
oh, great.
Why would I care that much about this stupid platform? I mean, I took it. I stopped visiting it so much. The only time I visit is when, you guys send me a link or something. It's like, it's boring town filled with a bunch of racist fuckfaces. Excuse my language.
Wow. Don't hold back.
Wow.
It's just tiring. You know? Like who has time for this fucking nonsense?
There are still about.
Does this guy have some cars to ship or some rockets to launch? What is he doing fucking around with this nonsense?
There's still like 15 people.
He doesn't value his own time. Or maybe this is SpaceX and Tesla's way of saying, "Oh, Elon's busy over there. That's a net win for us."
You know what this dude needs? He needs like a honest friend.
Yeah.
He'd just be like, hey man,
they're all gone. He's alienated them all.
Yeah.
You know.
I'll be his honest friend for the low price of I do it for free. I do it for lols. I got spare time.
There's plenty of people who are being honest about Elon. He's
yeah,
not listening to any of them. You know, he doesn't
you
give
know
a shit about
when
us
he
or anyone. You know,
when he took over Twitter, I thought, there was a lot of hoopla, and I'm like,
yeah,
it's set. It'd be like fucking up Facebook or something. It is what it is until something new comes along that grabs people's attention. This is always going to be king. That he would really have to try to fuck this up. And what do you know? He's doing a really good job.
He's doing a great job.
I don't know how you could have done it worse.
Oh,
there's always someone who's going to try.
Yeah, that's you're right. You could do it worse, but
it would be comical then. It would be so over the top.
See, I think it's comical. Like the thing about banning the block button, like he didn't actually.
Yeah, removing everyone's block list. Yeah, it's like
yeah,
really?
I think it's almost like negligently stupid.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, at this point, it's trolling. You know.
Yeah.
Right. Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you.
Sigh. Don't worry, the internet's in good hands. We turned it over from the nerds to the oligarchs, and everything has gone fine. So we have a story which I haven't got to read because it's a New York Times story and it's behind a paywall. It's the Dungeons and Dragons players of Death Row.
It's actually a really cool story. It is about this guy, well, two guys really, that one guy in particular, who started D&D games on death row. They play with all the other inmates. They can't play together. They just yell stuff out. It was talking about basically the thing that interested me the most was the logistics of it, because they can't have dice.
Oh,
because they use them for
gambling.
Yeah. Right. So they build spinners. They draw pictures. They had one guy who's a really good artist. So that guy draws the pictures of monsters and characters, and they get passed on. So people can imagine what they're doing. They have spinners that get confiscated every now and again. Whole campaigns that are confiscated now and again. They don't have reference to books. They don't have access to books. So
hard to be a rules lawyer.
Remember the rules and sort of so the logistics of how they play the game.
Yeah,
it was interesting to me, and the fact that I guess some of these games are, like 12 people, but all in cells, so you have to just yell out everything.
Can you imagine being like the guy who's like in between these cells, who like he doesn't get to play, and he just has to listen all day to these guys rules lawyering? It's like, no, I hit him. I had a 17. No, he's got +2. He's got a +2 sword and resistance to fire.
Well, I they're probably reverting to a simplified version. They're probably not going full 5th edition, with their, D&D Beyond screen, propping them up, So.
I guess it depends on how long they've been in there. Like if they're really old, they could still be playing First Ed.
Oh.
I assumed it was 3rd for some reason.
Yeah. I mean,
don't play with old Joe. All he wants to do is talk about his Thaco.
The guy in the middle of the two death row inmates playing, he's probably, they call him Beyond, and he still has no idea why. It's like they're constantly ribbing him. He's like, this is torture, So, yeah.
Well, that's actually really cool.
Yeah, I mean,
Dungeons and Dragons
people are on death row. It's a pretty big game.
Yeah, DMing for 12 people. Oof,
it's exhausting.
You get over.
Of course, it starts with like what the person did to get into death row.
You have to base your character on your crime.
Gang killer group, and then there's like the molester group and all that.
I think they only kill you for murdering other people, so they're all killers.
Usually.
Yeah.
Or like sedition, they'll kill you for that too. So I guess
they'll kill you for sedition, really?
It's if you.
You'd think that'd be like right there with the white nationalists.
Or if you're a former cop, they'll mess you up too, right?
I think that it's probably likely that anybody will get, if you end up on death row, it's likely you're in a higher level
weren't
of
great.
danger.
I just think that all of your roles should be penalized with like some sort of modifier based on the crime.
Oh, I see what you're saying. So you go to, detect traps, and they're like, well, here's the over under because
you got -3 because you're a serial killer.
You smeared poop on the walls of the Capitol.
Yeah, but Gary ate his victims, so he gets -4. He's the cannibal penalty.
No, he's more likely to get poisoned. Yeah. So.
What if he, picked the locks of the houses to get in? It seems like then he would get a bonus
burglar.
Traps, right?
Yeah, you should get a bonus for that.
Yeah.
Real world experience.
Real world skill sets.
Terrorism, mass killings, that sort of thing. Like, what would be the modifier for each horrific crime that these people
don't mess with Joe. He did a genocide.
He did a genocide.
He worked for Putin. I don't know. He was the chef of Putin for a while, so he's really good at magic use and
right. Maybe if you're a poisoner,
cooking, baking, poison. Yeah.
If you're a poisoner, you get a bonus to assassination attempts.
Yeah, exactly. If you're exactly. If you're a cult leader, you
then you get elected to a second term after 4 years of crying on Fox News.
Oh yeah, maybe then you get a bonus to your fast talking or your diplomacy.
Yeah. This all makes sense. I don't want any part of this game.
It sounds awful.
No, it sounds tiring.
Yeah. Yeah, there's no book because there's no like module that has these modifiers in it, so they're going to argue.
No, they're all house rules.
Well, I'm trying to think of all the classic modules like Tomb of Horrors and the rest. I'm like, how do you turn that into Death Row of Fulton County?
Expedition to Fulton County Death Row.
Yeah, Death Row Redemption.
Yeah.
Neverwinter.
There's not a lot of redemption in this story, I got to tell you. So.
All right. We've got, sorry, Chris. Hulu canceled season 3 of The Great or season 4 of The Great.
Yeah, I loved this show. I like last time we talked.
I watched a few episodes. I liked it.
Oh, it's so good. It's for those of you with delicate sensibilities, it's a bit ribald and violent, but it's so good. It's ridiculously good. Did you just get started like season 1?
Yeah, I watched a couple episodes, and I'd like to come back to it, but Kat wasn't super into it, so.
Yeah, just give her 1 or 2 more, and she'll be like, "We're watching every one of these."
All right.
Yeah, I've heard that it's very good.
Yeah.
From reliable sources.
Not Chris or Rob sources.
Yeah.
You have other friends.
Moderately reliable.
Chris has good taste.
Oh,
burn.
Burn. Wait till I tell you about Blue Beetle.
Oh, did you watch it?
Yeah.
Is it out?
Yeah. No. I went to the theater yesterday.
Oh.
I took my child.
Did you like it?
All right.
Talk about that now, or
we sure.
Sure.
Who cares? So here's what I'm going to tell you.
There you go.
It is better than The Flash. Okay.
I didn't mind The Flash that much.
It was okay.
I was okay with The Flash, but I'm going to tell you this is better than The Flash. It doesn't have all of the weight of the DCU. There's no Superman cameo. There's none of that is in there. There's one bit where they reference Batman or Superman, but they don't that's not part of it at all. It's
no
just
other superheroes.
It is purely self-contained within this show. It is very watchable, very fun. The lead kid is the kid from Cobra Kai, who's like the only kid on that show who can act. Cobra Kai is the show where you can tell everybody was hired because either they were legacy or they were like a cute high school kid. Nobody was hired for their acting abilities, but he's the one kid who can act.
The first season of that show was really good. I thought it was really
fun.
The second season, not so much, and then everything else, I can't watch it.
I watched it.
Fell off the cliff so far.
I watched third season, but it's bad.
I have to be honest with you. I was never that into Ralph Macchio in the first place.
No, and he's not a good actor.
Either. Me
Yeah,
either.
and
But
the
the
idea,
first
oh, I really want to revisit these characters. I'm like,
the
all
first
right.
season of Cobra Kai is hardly about him though.
Yeah,
It's
Yeah.
really,
it's all about Johnny.
yeah.
Yeah,
And his story is really good.
I'm sure it is. You know, I just
So Blue Beetle is more about it's a lot of it is actually about his family. You know, there's no secret identity stuff. Like he literally gets his superpowers in his family's kitchen, and they all watch it happen. And his family is all goofy and silly. It is so my teenager, my 13-year-old really liked it. It's better than The Flash. It's not as good as Into the Spider-Verse. Not as good as Barbie. But I think that those two are both really. I think Into the Spider Verse is pretty damn great. And I think Barbie is 5 stars. Like that's a great, great movie. I think it's totally watchable. As far as DCU movies go, I don't. I'd be hard pressed to pick one I liked better. Besides maybe, I really liked Suicide Squad 2, the second one.
Oh yeah.
Uh,
Yeah.
but
The
like,
one with King Shark.
yeah. I think that's
Yeah,
a great
that one
movie.
there's some really funny stuff in there.
I like it. It's
And it was Peacemaker's introduction.
yeah, for sure. Like I really liked it. But I'm not going to tell you it's good. I'm telling you it's just a fun, watchable movie.
Well, I heard that's basically the story. Is it's exactly what you expect, nothing more, nothing
Yep.
less, very well executed. So if you want that sort of thing, you're gonna be happy.
In a lot of ways, it kind of reminds me of like Spider-Man, right? It's the kid that gets the powers, and how does he adapt to it? And it's very much like you're a young kid story.
Yeah.
Although he's supposed to be like a college
Shazam,
graduate.
You're
like
a young kid who.
Well,
gets
he's supposed to
powers.
be like 22, like just back from college. The setup is that
So
he
it's more
just graduated.
Spider-Man than Shazam.
Yeah. He's, but you know, for what it is, totally watchable. And I more enjoyable than the last Ant-Man. More enjoyable.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
Last Ant-Man was terrible.
That's what I'm saying. For comic book movies, it's been slim pickings the last year. Like I feel like most of them have been somewhere between okay and kind of bad.
I mean, even the stuff that I usually like, the last iteration of it wasn't as good as the stuff before. I felt that way about Guardians of the Galaxy.
I liked
It's the
Guardians of the
last one.
Galaxy, but
Now it was okay,
That
but it
just
wasn't as
okay.
good as the first two. I thought the
And
same
the
thing
second one
about the
wasn't very
latest
good, though.
Spider-Man, to tell you the truth, too. I'm a little bit played out with
Across
the multiverse
or
shit.
the home.
yeah, they overdid
Home
that
Alone.
Spider-Man.
Yeah.
Yeah, I get it. That it worked really good, and now you're going to make 2 more movies.
Yep.
You know,
Mm.
watch the BBC, learn from them. If it's a hit, you just let it be a hit.
And stop.
And then you write another hit.
Take the W.
Yep. 6 episodes and then mic drop.
Yep, you're done.
Yep. No way. You gotta have a cinematic universe. You gotta milk that IP like Highlander.
Yes. Speaking of milking IP.
You know, I really like the idea of Henry Cavill doing this, you know, and it's okay to update things, you know, but yeah.
But yeah, I mean, like, the first Highlander is a silly movie. Kind of cool premise. I liked it. I watched it many, many times.
Yeah,
I watched it a million.
Too many times.
Yeah. And the Kurgan, oh my God. Mwah. Like, that is where
Clancy
I fell in love
Brown,
with it. Clancy Brown is amazing, right? Amazing.
Yeah.
You know, the other people in it, not as amazing, but Clancy Brown is fantastic.
Lambert, you know, Christopher Lambert, he's this actor. He works as, you know, to his credit, he works his ass off. He's been in a million things. He's not very good, but you know, he shows up, you know, so he gets the attendance prize in every movie
I mean, his teacher, who ends up being a Spaniard who lives in Egypt and fights with a katana, is also like, okay,
you know,
sure.
And they got Sean Connery to do it. It's like, sure, you know, what the hell, you know?
And then they made, I don't know how many other Highlanders they make. 2 others. They're all awful.
Like 50.
They're really, really
the
bad.
Quickening, and then the third one where they tied in the people from the TV show into the movie, and the TV show ran for like 6 seasons or something.
It was a long. Yeah.
And then they had the spin-off with the gal.
Lowlander.
No. So
Midlanders.
Yeah.
there was a spin-off. I got it. Now, of course, I have to find it. Highlanders
You really don't.
spin-off girl.
You know, there should have been a Highlander
The
spin-off.
Raven. Highlander the Raven.
Oh, yeah.
Oh.
You know, it was awful.
I watched one episode of that.
You know, Elizabeth Grayson, you know, yeah.
It's where she takes over an HOA. And
basically, yeah.
You know,
it's so bad.
Shows up and tells you to cut your lawn with her sword.
So bad. An ex-cop who befriended Amanda and together solved crimes with Amanda, played by Elizabeth Grayson, a 1,200-year-old immortal, a thief, and Duncan MacLeod's lover.
Yeah, critical reaction was mixed.
Fan reaction was mixed too. You know, so God, it's amazing. Immortal detective. It's like Jesus.
Yeah.
Just yeah.
Highlander.
That was part of that whole. So the thing that Highlander the TV series did brilliantly was they followed the tax credit systems. They went from Vancouver to Paris, back to Vancouver. They're like, who's gonna pay us the most?
And when I think about quality artistic achievement, I really do think about the tax credit.
Oh no! Literally, Highlander would not exist. There's that. Forever Night was another one. That was the one that used the Quebec, Toronto tax credit, and like, boy, it's so bad. Like, Forever Night was the vampire police detective one with a bunch of French Canadians and like his nemesis was this other vampire, Lacroix, you know, and it was just like. So bad.
Season 4 will
be single one of them.
Season 4 is going to be filmed in whichever former Soviet bloc nation provides us the best tax credit.
Yeah, you know, no, if they're going to keep with the tradition of following the tax credits, they're probably going to go to the old Game of Thrones sets in Bosnia or Croatia,
Serbia,
where they did it.
I think.
Yeah. Yep. And they're like, well, you know, they didn't take them down. We can just use them.
They're
Croatia
free.
will basically pay us to do this here, so we're going to do it in Croatia.
Why are they filming this on Tatooine? Because Lucas didn't tear down the set.
Say what you want, but Highlander Baby Mystery Club was a great spinoff.
Yeah, right.
Highlander Babies. There can be only one.
You know, but that said, you know, like there's been probably 20 productions or more in South Africa recently because of their tax credits. You know, like half of Good Omens season 1 was in South Africa.
It's a business.
Yeah.
I was kind of joking, but now that I think about it, I would watch Highlander Babies, like a little animated show for
we're
children.
doing what we always do. We take the idea that Hollywood has and we make it something good.
That's right.
Yes.
You know?
That's right.
Highlander Babies.
Can it be
Kurgan's
stop
always
motion?
getting in trouble, throwing his food off his high chair.
Hey, I got something to say. This food sucks.
Oh, looks like Nanny is quickening again.
Yeah.
Was it? Yeah, Muppet Babies had Nanny, right? Because you only ever saw her feet.
God, I don't remember.
Yeah. I gotta be honest, I didn't go deep in Muppet Babies.
You don't have Muppet Baby lore?
Yeah.
Even the episode which was a Star Wars crossover?
Yeah, I didn't watch that one.
Oh man.
The one where they did a Breaking Bad homage.
Yeah.
I liked.
Yeah. Except that they were eating.
I miss Animaniacs.
They were eating Gonzo's chickens at the chicken store, the chicken restaurant.
And
Camilla!
Supposed to be a chicken, right? Of some type or chicken adjacent.
Gonzo?
Yeah.
He's a whatever. Unless you follow the mythology of Muppets from Space, in which case he's an alien.
Huh.
Yeah. I don't recommend Muppets from Space, but the entire soundtrack is funk, and it's pretty cool. If you want
to find the TV trope for superhero powers given by alien artifacts, I apologize.
So many.
Oh, the greatest American hero.
Believe it or not, yeah.
Was it with the Beyond? Was it called the Beyond? No, the Tomorrow People, right?
The Tomorrow People is
power
terrible.
Yeah. I thought they got their power from some
7 days they got their time travel ball from an alien race that he sees in like a later episode. There's so many bad alien artifacts does X thing.
And now Blue Beetle.
Yep.
Bringing it back around.
Yep.
And now Blue Beetle. Yeah, Spider-Man was more. It was a radioactive spider, wasn't it?
Right. We made that on Earth, unless you watch Into the Spider-Verse, in which case we made it on a different Earth, I guess.
Yeah, Earth 42, right?
Not 616.
No, so many Earths.
OG, you know.
Yeah.
But yeah.
I mean, I grew up in the 616.
I did too, and every time I hear the 616, I'm like,
too. I'm like, wow,
home.
This all takes place in West Michigan.
West Michigan. I always thought it was Manhattan.
Is that the area code?
Yeah,
that's the area code where we grew up.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
And
every time I see that.
Every time.
Oh yeah.
Fine.
Oh, Ambaloo says that Nanny from Muppet Babies was voiced by Barbara Billingsley.
Of course it was.
Aw.
The Beeves mom.
Yep, Beeves mom.
Yeah, but you know the Death Race remakes, they were all South Africa. You know, yeah.
Thank God they remade those movies.
Is there any other media that we need to enjoy this weekend? I'm a couple more episodes into the After Party, and that show's really good.
I have Indiana Jones queued up.
Oh,
so I'm gonna finally watch that.
I'm halfway
through it.
I watched it again like 2 days ago, and you know what? I liked it more the second time, but mostly because I knew I could just clock out for like the 30-40 minutes in the middle.
Also, I've caught up on Ahsoka.
Yeah.
And I wish it wasn't so Rebels.
Yeah.
You know?
I liked episode 3 of Ahsoka a lot more than 1 and 2.
Rebels was okay, but I mean,
yeah.
For my money, the Clone Wars is probably the best Star Wars, including movies, that was made.
Wow.
It's really good.
But it's no Highlander the Raven, is what you're saying.
No. Nothing is.
How could it be?
I really liked in the 3rd episode of Ahsoka, they finally like have a really like neat Jedi action sequence with her like lightsabering in space and stuff. And I liked that sequence a lot because my problem with Ahsoka so far has been the whole show has been Rosario Dawson, arms crossed and like kind of dour and like, I don't like that. And it's like,
well, also they're kind of setting up what happened at the end of Rebels, right?
Yeah.
So there's a lot of explaining, but Clancy's in it.
Yeah. He was back. He voiced that character in Rebels.
Yep.
Clancy Brown?
Yeah.
Yippers.
He's the best.
What's his name? Like Street Yard or something? He's got like some like really ridiculous
Street.
Yeah, something like that. Like Rip Yardley or something.
Yeah, Rip Yardstick, you know.
I'm Spaceman Smith. That's
well, now I gotta look it up. I gotta look it up.
Space Yardstick.
No, he's got a name of his character. His character name is like ridiculous.
Also dumb, man.
Yardley Nova Smash is his name, I think.
Are you shitting me? All right,
no.
I'm gonna find this.
His name is Ryder Azadi.
Oh, for God's
I know. It's like Ryder with
borderline disrespect
with a Y.
Clancy Brown.
Ryder with a Y.
God, that's Governor Ryder.
Well, he gets the.
Don't forget his title. Come on. You know, he didn't go to fake, graduate school and get his master's in public administration for nothing.
No, he ride or died.
Although I wish his campaign was more positive. Really, I understand why you go low.
Yeah.
When they go low, you don't go high. That never works.
Nope.
Ever.
Nope.
He's the best. I mean, I'm looking at his stuff and I'm like, oh yeah, he was in Billions. He was great in Billions. Oh, he
Carnival.
he was great in that.
Oh, I loved that show. I was so upset when
I didn't watch
HBO canceled.
The first season of Carnival is fantastic.
It is amazing, Chris. It is really.
Then stop. Do not watch anything more than season 1.
Yep, I promise.
It's really good.
He was in The Mandalorian as Berg.
Yeah, he was like that red with the cut off horns or whatever.
Mandalorian, dude, I just couldn't.
Oh, it's episode 7.
He was Lyndon B.
1?
Johnson in The Crown. That's right. Awesome.
He's one of those guys that he's working and he's consistently
he works his ass off,
and he's consistently in stuff that I like seeing.
A saint.
Oh yeah, you would be hard pressed to watch any animated superhero thing and go 3 episodes without hearing Clancy voice.
Oh yeah, no, he's in everything.
Some Clancy gonna show up.
Oh, that's funny.
Let's see. Is there anything else worth watching? You know what I just watched?
What did you watch?
I just watched It's a Mad, 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 Mad World.
Really?
I did. I hadn't seen it since the 80s. when I was a little kid, and my parents had it on a VHS for like they rented it or something. But that is a 3.5-hour movie. It is not very good, at least by present standards. But like I was watching some with all the Oppenheimer stuff. I've watched a bunch of videos on YouTube about 70mm film. And so I kind of was like, I should go back and watch some of these old 70mm classics that I haven't seen, in some cases, ever. And that was the first one. I was like, all right, that's a comedy. So fine, I'll watch that. That movie's a lot. That's all I'm saying. It's also like half of that movie is people fake driving cars in front of blue screens. It's
Well,
it's got some funny parts, but
in front of screens.
Yeah, whatever. They probably were rear screen projecting.
Who
back
even
then.
does that?
Yeah, what the heck?
Who even does that?
From my hobbit hole, I shake my fist at thee.
Okay.
All right, let's say goodbye.
Done.
That was episode 803 of Geeks in Space. Thanks, Rob
Sure
Roseboom.
was.
Oh, yeah, bye.
And thanks, Chris DeBona.
Yeah.
Yeah, blah, blah, blah. I was Rob Commander Taco Malda. We'll see you next time. Bye.